What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go through something a little bit different. Covering values that you can find often in places where you can least expect it. These two particular offerings from Camillus I found at a Ross, believe it or not. I was especially surprised with this one, and we'll get into that. But first of all, the Dominator 2, or at least this version of the Dominator 2, is a knife that was on the shelves for a while on Walmart.coms and Walmart in-store. There is now two versions of this knife. I believe this one is either discontinued, or you can still find many of them at Ross's and maybe some Walmarts that are also liquidating them. This is a 3CR13 stainless steel version. Both scales are glass filled. The newer version that you might see out in the shelves now has one side nylon or carbon fiber and the other side full stainless. Very cool 7-inch folder. We're gonna get into it in a minute and check it out. And then we got the Wildfire. Now there's now a Wildfire 2 that I'm aware of, which in reverse, now it has both sides of the scales in glass filled nylon. The original one being the one that has a partial metal scale on both sides. Now the cool thing about these knives is that they are of the custom design category of knives that Camillus offers. They both have their own individual designer. I thought that was really cool. Of course, they carry the Camillus lifetime warranty. Let's get into a little bit of unboxing and see just what kind of value we can extract from items that we find at a Ross. Guys, let's get into it. All right, guys, as with most modern offerings from Camillus, you get your little knife protector over here. The knife is fully deployed in its packaging. You get the DDR logo etched onto the blade from Daryl Rolfe, the designer of this knife. Very nice Camillus quality knives, 1876 hollow silhouette here cut out of the clip. I have seen that on a few of their knives. That's a really cool touch. We got a T6 for the center pivot screws, a couple of T3s holding down the clip, and then two T3s sandwiching a piece of nylon in between two steel scales and the glass filled nylon outer scales. Your standard liner lock, you depress here and the knife closes. Now this knife happens to have a very tactile and very protruding flipper design. I could see this snagging on clothing in some occasions, although I don't think it's something that would stop me from purchasing the knife altogether, especially at $9.99. I've seen this knife going between $50 all the way up to $70. Of course, the one with the one stainless scale and the carbon fiber scale is probably the one that's upper towards $70, but I've seen this model between $40 and $50, and that's crazy that you can actually pick these up at $9.99 at a local store that for the most part sells clothing. Blade centering is perfection. Now these are the titanium bonded series, which includes a titanium formula that's worked into the blade for longer durability and strength. Rigid design, the blade play, it's absolutely zero. I get more and more impressed the more I see these knives, because these were meant to be value offerings from Walmart, but they ended up being a much higher value than we expected, and that's always refreshing. Comes right in at 3 ounces exactly. That is a pretty nice spot for a knife like this. I'm pretty sure the scales enhance its lightweight. Overall, great ergonomics with a finger jimping in the right place. I could see myself being able to run some precision tasks with this knife. Great value, guys, and to be honest, it's hard to beat at this $9.99 price point that you can find it at a Ross. Moving on to the Wildfire offering. Now, this is a cool one because it includes a gimmicky kind of opening. Of course, you got your blade protector on here. Black variety of Camillus titanium coatings. This one is designed by G&G Hawk, also etched on the blade right here. Now this one, guys, believe it or not, it has AUS 8 stainless steel blade, which is considered by many a premium steel out of Japan. Same kind of clip with the Camillus quality knives cut out here on the clip. Got your T6 center pivot screw here. Very interesting opening and closing. They're calling it Robo Quick Launch technology. When you depress this switch here, it puts the knife in a position where you can open it easier with inertia. You can also put it in a position where you can close it easy. It takes a little bit of muscle memory to get used to the way this knife opens, but once you get it, it's pretty cool, guys, I have to admit. Now you can also manually open this blade by depressing on this flipper here, as you can see. However, it's really cool once you get the hang of how to work this switch. I've never seen anything like this on any knife we've reviewed here on this channel. I've covered a couple of different kind of openings on knives. We did the Camillus Cuda. This company is one of the few that I've seen that's always innovating to find different ways to open a knife. There's always something that's going to benefit some people more than others. Somebody might be able to say, finally, a knife that suits the dexterity of my particular hand. As far as aesthetics and materials, the knife has a nice, pretty thick feel, very big hand friendly. Glass filled nylon with these stainless stainless steel accent panels that are bolted over. Really cool to see. You got 2 small T3s back here, 3 T3s that hold the clip down, and of course the 1 T6 on either side that holds the center bearing bolt down. Looking at a 7.25 inch overall length, 4.3 ounces. Despite all the things that this knife has going on, is a really nice weight, guys. I really appreciate that. I like the recurve spline that it has back here. And of course, both of these knives are razor sharp right out of the box, ready to go to work for you guys. The Camillus Wildfire and the Camillus Dominator 2. Like I said, I picked these up at a local Ross. They were $9.99 each respectively, and when I looked them up, I just couldn't believe it. The MSRP for this one was between $50 and $70. MSRP for this one was between $40 and $50. Because this one's still being produced, I think you can pick it up at Amazon for between $32 and $40. It still does not beat $9.99. So I'm more than happy to let you guys know that if you go to your local Ross, chances are you can find some really good values in these knives. Stick around because the next couple of videos are going to bring some really good values to the table just like this. If you enjoyed this video, you're definitely going to like this one. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, guys.